Hey guys, my name is Emily Moore. I am the Directors of Children's and Youth Ministry at Beech Grove United Methodist Church. I'm outside today because I think it's a beautiful, beautiful day. First, I want to apologize. Last week I did not put out a lesson. Life got in the way and things had to get handled. So here I am doing our lesson this week. We will be talking about freedom instead on July 4th. And today, though, we're going to be talking about judging others. So, let's jump right on in. Let me start off with telling you a story. You see, there is this lady, and she was caught doing something, well, pretty bad. She was caught in the act of adultery, cheating on her husband. And all the people where she lived found out about it, and they went to punish her. Severe punishment at that. They went to kill her. Then there's this guy who told them that they never did anything wrong in their life. They could be the one to kill her. And everyone just kind of backed down because he made a good point. You see, this guy, you should know him. His name was Jesus. And these people were all religious people. But it's not about what Jesus told these religious people. It's what he told the lady. Go and sin no more. So why do we find that so hard to do? John 8:3-11 depicts what I would like to talk to you guys about today. It says in John 8:3-11, the teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery, and the laws of Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started writing on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who had heard began to go away one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you." Jesus declared, "Go now and live your life of sin." So, I want to talk about something that I know we all struggle with. Judging others. Something that irks my nerves sometimes, just let you know. So we're going to look at why we judge and condemn ourselves. Then we're going to look at how we judge. At how we judge other people. So speaking about judging ourselves, why are we so hard on ourselves when we mess up? Jesus wasn't hard on the lady, which brings me to my first point. We condemn ourselves. Excuse me. Jesus told the lady to go now and live your life of sin. How many people here have ever done anything wrong before? How many of us still beat ourselves over the head about doing these wrong things? And why is that? Is it because that we don't think that we deserve to be forgiven? Is it because we don't trust God? Or that we don't trust that God has forgiven us? Or is it we don't think that God has the capability to forgive us? You beat yourself up because you got mad and you cursed out some guy. Or maybe you were on your computer one day and you looked at something maybe you shouldn't have. We are constantly mad at ourselves for messing up. Why can't we ask for God to forgive us and be done with it? In John, Jesus tells the lady to go and act. He told her to move. and to sin no more. My second point, we don't have to earn it. We condemn ourselves because we think that we have to earn God's forgiveness and love. We think we have to be good enough. We have to go through the motions of being a Christian. Read a chapter in the Bible a day. Pray for an hour a day. Go to church. Read all the books. We then give up on God because we try so hard to earn His love. And when we fail, we start to beat ourselves up all over again. Ephesians 2:8-9 says, "For it is by the grace you have been saved through faith, and this not from yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works, so no one can boast." So let's break down this verse a bit. It's by grace. Who can give me a definition of grace? It's infinite, never failing love and mercy and favor that God has shown us. Has anyone ever been given a break before? Have your parents let you off easy on a punishment? Well, then that was grace. Through faith. However, many people here sat in chairs, or in our church have sat in the chairs and didn't have to think if they were strong enough to hold you. That faith, placing your trust in something. And then there's the God part. What gifts does God give you? He gives you His love, His mercy, His grace, His Son, His provisions, His comfort, His invitation to you to be part of what He's doing in the world. And this list just goes on and on and on. Not by the works. So you don't have to earn God's great gift. As if you are competing in the Olympics or something. We don't have to be good enough for God to love us or accept us. And this brings me to my third point. Sometimes we think we are beyond hope. We condemn ourselves because we think that we are beyond hope. We mess up and we think that there's no way God can still love us. Mark 2:15-17 gives us this hope, and it says, "While Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the teacher of the laws, who were the Pharisees, saw him eating with the sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, 'Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?' On hearing this, Jesus said to them, 'It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call on the righteous, but sinners.'" So there's hope. Jesus came to those who had no hope. Sinners, me, you. And He desperately loves us and wants to do life with us and give us that hope. My fourth point, we judge others. Fact of life. It is so easy to judge someone else. We see someone messing up and we're quick to give our opinion of how it should be done. We see someone smoking a cigarette and we immediately think they're going to go to hell. We see someone who has tattoos and we immediately put them in a social class. So why are we so quick to pass judgment on people? Well, here's what Jesus has to say about that topic in Matthew 7:1-5. He says, "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why would you worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, 'Let me help you get that speck in your eye,' when you can't see past the log in your own eye? Hypocrite! First, get rid of the log in your own eye, and then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye." So what is all this talk about a piece of wood in our eye? Well, Let's think about it. Maybe you had a friend. Maybe they got drunk at a party last week. And you just saw them actually singing in worship. You think to yourself that they got drunk last week. And they have the nerve to sing to God. But then you struggle with your own sins, don't you? In fact, you might drink too much sometimes. But you do it in private. And if it's not that, then it's probably something else. You have your own sins, your own issues to deal with. So why judge someone else's? My fifth point. When we judge others, we are comparing ourselves to them. What are we really doing when we judge others? We're comparing ourselves. As I just said, our stuff, our reputation, the way we look, our identity. And we are trying to convince ourselves that we are better than them. And we actually think we might deserve more. And anytime we want to be better than everyone else, anytime that we think we deserve better than anyone else, what are we actually doing? You and I are saying that I am the man, or, for my ladies out there, I am the woman. The truth is there is really only one I am, and that's God. He is the only one who can judge because He's the only one who is perfect. He's the only one who can purely judge without evil intentions or hidden agendas. God doesn't love one person more than another. He doesn't love me more than He loves you. So just like Jesus told those religious people, you without sin, throw the first stone, don't judge people because they don't have what you have. They may not make the same grades as you do. They don't like the same things as you. But show them love of God by not condemning them or making fun of them, but just hanging out with them and getting to know them. I like to, with a lot of people, that maybe I don't disagree, or maybe I don't agree with something they say, but I like to learn their point of view. I like to listen to them and understand why they think a certain way. And we have discussions about it, because why disagree on something that is so not important? So I got some discussion questions for you guys to talk to each other, talk to your parents, talk to me, pastor, and a trusted adult, anyone. So start off real easy. What is your name? What school do you go to? And what is your dream car? Why are we so hard on ourselves when we mess up? Do you live like you have to earn God's love? Or have to do certain things to gain favor with God? And why or why not? Why is it so easy to judge other people? Have you been judged by someone? And how did that make you feel of being judged by that person? Alright guys, next week I will be talking about choices. The chapter is Romans 12 verses 1 through 2. I will also be out here next week to meet with you guys, and I will do that lesson in person. If you would like to come, please join next week. We will be talking about choices. As well, just having a wonderful youth meeting. Invite your parents, your friends, anybody that wants to come to youth, invite them. And I will still be posting it on YouTube as well for anyone who can't make it. And I will talk with you guys next week.